Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm Chrissy Morgan and been on vacation for a couple of weeks, so it'll be really good to get back. But I have to admit, I wasn't doing a lot of yoga in New Orleans, so I'm probably going to take it kind of easy on us today and do a little bit more kind of, we'll still flow, probably still pick up the challenge and pick up the heat, but good morning, Sabrina. Hi, I think you're on mute. I have us live on YouTube too. Morning. Well, so we will, let's see. Can you hear me okay, Sabrina? Okay, awesome. Awesome. So I was just saying we are going to, I haven't done yoga in a couple weeks because I was on vacation. So we're probably going to do a little bit, like we'll still flow and kick up the heat a little bit, but a lot more like kind of stretching, restorative poses too. Yay, okay, good. Awesome. Well, let's start in a comfortable seat. Here, let's focus. And you can rest your hands on the tops of your knees, palms facing up or down. And invitation to let your eyes drift closed here. If that feels good for you this morning. And then root down through your sit bones. You can shift your weight side to side. Just take a moment to notice, if your weight is distributed evenly. And then once you feel a little bit more even right to left, and tilt your pelvis forward and back. Just take a moment to kind of round the low back. You can drop your chin to your heart. And then sit up nice and tall. Maybe even over exaggerate, reaching your heart forward, dropping your shoulders down the back. And then find somewhere kind of neutral in between. Soften your belly. Allow your breath to fill your belly as you inhale. And then bring your head and shoulders over your hips. Keep breathing on your own. Find a little space between your top and bottom teeth. And notice if you can allow a little bit of softening in your face. If you're holding tension in your head, neck, and shoulders, or anywhere else in your body, and bring your awareness there and invite softening into just a moment of a quiet, reflective meditation. And I invite you to tune out my voice if you'd like to. If your mind starts to wander, I invite you to anchor your attention to your breath. If your mind is particularly busy this morning, you can create a little mantra for yourself to anchor your attention to your inhale and to your exhale. It can be something as simple as saying I am on your inhale. And here now on your exhale. I am to fill the belly on your inhale. And here now to empty the belly and release on the exhale. Take a few rounds on your own. the end of your next breath, you can gently blink your eyes open. Let's take a deep inhale together, reaching your arms up overhead. And then on your exhale, drop your left hand to your right knee. Your right hand can come behind you, and we'll just take a gentle stretch to the right. Gaze looks over your right shoulder, sit up nice and tall. Lift up through the crown of your head. And take a deep inhale here. And exhale back to center. Please reach up. Inhale here. And on your exhale, twist to the left. Left hand falls behind you. Right hand to left knee. Gaze looks over the left shoulder. Inhale here, breathe into the belly. And exhale back to center, lift the arms up. Inhale here. And then let's gently float the hands down so that your fingertips are just barely grazing the mat either side. And then keeping your left fingertips there, bring your right hand to the base of your skull and grab the back of your head, kind of supporting where your neck meets the bottom of your skull. And then turn your head to the right. You can close your eyes if that feels good for you. And sort of turn your chin downward, just being really gentle here, like stretching the neck. Graze the mat with your left fingertips. And then bring your head back to neutral and let the head fall over towards the right elbow. Again, just grazing the mat with the left fingertips. And then walk the fingertips forward and back, making a little half circle, waking up the neck. And then bring the fingertips back to neutral, head comes up to neutral. Drop the right fingertips and place the left hand at the base of your skull. Turn your head to the left and then tilt your chin down just slightly. You can do the same movement where you just kind of graze the mat with your fingertips. You can walk your fingertips just a little bit to the right if it feels good to get a little extra length through here. And keep breathing into your belly. And then turn your head back to neutral, and we'll do a little half circle on the right side, walking your fingertips forward and back. And then come back to neutral. Replace your left hand and sit up nice and tall. You can place your hands on the tops of your knees if you'd like, or you can bring them to neutral, cropping them in your lap, whatever feels good for you. To do hands on knees, we're just going to do a couple little spinal rolls to wake up the spine. So let's inhale, reach the heart forward, and on your exhale, start to twist open and back to the right. Exhaling fully as you lean back. And then on your inhale, come around to the left and forward. Exhale, right, back, rounding the spine. Inhale, left, forward. And then do a few on your own. So you can go as big or as small as feels good for you. If you find a little sticky spot kind of in your spine, you might get a little chiropractic adjustment. You can just lean into that space. You can get your head and neck involved too, if this feels good. Just to kind of roll it out. And then the next time you inhale forward, let's change directions. So then you'll exhale to the left and back. Inhale right and forward. And then let's slowly make these circles a little bit smaller. Hi, Jake. So good to see you. Okay, so then we'll come up to neutral here. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Now plant your hands to the right, and then we're gonna step the knees over and come to tabletop. Setting up for cat-cow. So hands, fingertips are gonna spread nice and wide. You can bring the tops of your feet to the mat, knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, and then inhale, drop the belly, gaze looks up. Really drop your heart, lift your sit bones. Lift your gaze. And then exhale, press the floor away from you. Round through the back of the heart. Tuck your tailbone under, chin drops into your chest. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift the sit bones, lift the gaze. You can really reach your chin up, gaze looks up. And then maybe you even take a moment to just kind of roll the shoulder blades down the back, even just subtly. Don't go too hard here. We're not trying to contort ourselves too early in our practice here. And then exhale, press the floor away. Press the floor away from the tops of your feet, your hands, your knees. Really find some levity in that heart space. Maybe your belly button even tucks up towards your spine. Inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down back. Maybe you find a soft bend in the elbows. Gaze looks up. And then maybe you just do a quick barrel roll here or anything else that feels good to wake your body up this morning. It could be just gazing over your left shoulder and then over your right, kind of waking up side to side here. And then we're going to press the floor away, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back for your first down dog this morning. Your first one with me anyway. So look back to your feet and notice if your heels are disappearing behind your toes. Feet are about inner hip distance apart. A soft bend in your knees. And then straighten your back as you bend your hips up and back just a little bit more. Gently draw the belly in and up, just subtly. Lift up through the back of your heart space so that you're not sinking into the shoulders. And then see if you can rotate your elbows down without moving your hands so that you create a little bit more space in your armpits. Bring your ears between your biceps. Spread your fingertips wide, really grip the mat with your fingertips. And then keep breathing here. You can nod the head yes and no. And just keep going. You need to take that necklace off. Not the right leg for the yoga practice. Yeah. Okay, just a little bit more bend in your knees. Send your hips up a little bit higher. Notice if you get a little bit more stretch in the calves, the backs of the legs. You just take an inhale together. Lift the right leg. Start to up and back. And flex your toes back to your shin. or point them, whatever feels good for you, and then bend the knee, lift the right knee up to the sky, and most slowly the pelvis there. It's okay if your left heel doesn't touch the floor, you can even come up to high heel foot on the left. That feels good for you. But see if you can find even weight distribution in your hands. We're still in down dog on the hands. Take a breath here. You can draw a circle on the ceiling with your knee if that feels good for your hips. And then replace your right foot. Inhale, lift your left leg. An option to flex the toes, point them. But find a little length in the back of the neck for your ears between your biceps. Again, gripping the mat with your fingertips. It's going to give you a little bit more space in the wrist. You can even exaggerate it and lift your fingers off the mat, keeping your fingertips down, kind of clawing. And then bend the knee, send the left knee up. Breathing on your own here. Option to make a big circle on the ceiling. And then on your next exhale, plant the left foot. And we're just going to walk the feet up to your hands and forward fold. Hang here for a moment. Take the weight out of your hands and wrists. You can roll out your wrists if that feels good for you. Soft bend in your knees. I think you can really get your hips over your ankles. Let's grab opposite elbows. And if it feels good for you, you can find an exaggerated bend in the knees so that your belly really rests on the top of your thighs. And nod your head yes or no. That feels good for your neck. And you might notice that drawing the shoulders up and away from your ears gives a little space in your neck so that you don't get a schneck, which is what happens when your shoulders go into your neck. We all have technique these days. And then rock side to side. Release your elbows, let your hands hang down to the floor. And then tuck your tailbone under as you slowly roll up like a ragdoll. One vertebra, stacking on top of the next. All the way up to standing, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Use your right fingers to grab your left wrist, and exhale, drop over to the left. So you're getting a nice side bend. Tuck the tailbone under, and thrust in. Your gaze can look up, forward or down, whatever feels good for your neck. And then inhale into the left side ribs. Exhale back up to center. Left fingers grab the right wrist this time. Lift up, pull up on that right wrist. Inhale here. And exhale over to the left. Your gaze can look up or down. Whatever feels good for you. And then inhale into those right ribs. Exhale, come back up. Palms together, gaze looks up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Right hands. Step your right foot back. And then your left. And let's pause for a moment in high plank. Tuck the tailbone, chin tucks into your throat. Option to drop your knees if plank is not feeling good for your body today. Otherwise, touch tippy toes if you can, and bring your heels over your toes. Let's bring the shoulders past the wrists. And then bring the elbows back as we come through chaturanga. Option to bend your knees and go knees, chest, chin. Then come all the way down to the mat. Let's bring your hands by your low ribs. Elbows over wrists, forehead to the mat, tops of the toes to the mat. Press all 10 toes, the pubic bone down. And then reach forward through the crown of your head. Like you're trying to strip your ears to the front of the mat. Long through the neck. And maybe you reach forward so much that your head starts to float up. Maybe you only make it a couple inches. Maybe make it several. You can squeeze the elbows and shoulders together behind your heart. Really drawing energetically, pressing the tops of the toes, pubic bone down, reaching your head forward. Maybe you reach it forward so much that you lift up a little bit. And can you lift your belly button off the on your next heel, roll down and release. You can drop one of your cheeks to the floor if that feels good. And then inhale, we're going to do it again. So baby cobra. Pressing the toes and the pubic bone down. Reach the head forward so much that your head floats up. And then maybe you hover your hands off the floor. Drawing the shoulders and the elbows together behind your heart. Reach the ears forward. Press the floor away. And exhale, cheek to the mat. Next inhale, we'll do it again. Lift up a little bit more this time if it feels good for you. Reach your head forward. Float your hands if you want to. And then put your hands under your shoulders. Press the floor away and come up to up dog. So the top of your toes are on the mat, your heart is reaching forward, your head and ears are lifting up. Here. Tuck your left toes and then your right. And put your hips up back for down dog. Really press the floor away. Ears between your arms. You can take a moment to pedal out your legs here. And then put a deep bend in your knees. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale completely and then step or hop to the front of your neck. Inhale, half lift. Fingertips can graze the shins or the mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down to reach up. All the way up, stand up. Palms hands at the top. And exhale, drag your hands down to meet your heart center. Inhale, reach your fingertips down, making a big circle up. And then swan dive forward on your exhale. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, and then your right. And again, knees, chest, or chin, or chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, hot dog. Exhale. Inhale your right leg up. And exhale, step it forward to meet your big thumb. Drop your left heel, and on one inhale, come up for warrior one. Hips square forward. Gaze looks up. One long exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. And chaturanga, one knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. You can always do a baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Drop the right heel. Inhale all the way up, warrior one. And one long exhale, plant your hands, left foot back, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale completely and then step right up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach down to reach up. To your chair. So bend your knees, bring your knees over your ankles. Put your hips back. Reach your arms up. Always losing a mic. Reach your arms up. Sit your hips back. Gaze looks up. Find a slight tuck to your tailbone here. And get a little longer through the arms. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. One long exhale, step your right foot back and left. And chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, inhale, go right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Drop the left knee. Flip the left toes. Square the hips to the front edge of your mat. And then inhale, reach your arms up. We're going to sit here for just a couple of breaths. And a little opening in that front hip space. If this feels too much on your knee, you can find a cushion or fold your mat under your knee. And let's talk about alignment a little bit. So you still want your feet to be spaced, hips distance apart. Right knee over right ankle. All five tops of your left toe pressing down. Even just subtly. And then find this like tuck in your tailbone. See if you can point your tailbone to your left heel. Inhale, reach your arms up. Gaze looks up. And then exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Reach your arms down the back of your left leg and lift up a little bit through the heart. Keep that tailbone tucked under, pointing to the left heel. It's going to protect your low back and a little bit of heart there. And don't overdo it here. Just finding a little opening in the shoulders. If clasping your hands together is too much, you can bring the backs of your hands to your low back, elbows out. Or you can cactus your arms with a goalpost. And let's take one deep inhale here together. And then exhale, plant the hands, lift the left knee, step the right foot back, and chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale. Take a moment to pedal out the feet. Take a couple breaths here. Doing a little bit of hip openers in our flow today. So I think it's nice to find just sort of paying attention to how it changes on each side. And then on your next inhale, lift your left leg. And exhale, step it forward to meet your left thumb. Drop the right knee. You can Move your toes back a little bit if you have the space in your hips for it. Flip your right toes. Square your hips to the front of the mat. And then on your inhale, reach your arms. If it feels better for you, you can also bring your hands to the top of your left thigh. Tuck your chin into your throat, lift up through the back of the head. Again, lift the belly away from the top of the left thigh, pointing the tailbone down to the right heel. And maybe you lift up through the perineum a little bit, belly button goes in and up, even just subtly. You might notice a little bit more opening through the front right hip when you do that. And then if you're interested, lift your arms, fingertips reach up, your gaze can look up. And then on your next exhale, bring your hands behind your low back, clasp them and draw them down the left leg, or again, bring them the backs of your hands to your low back, elbows out. Lift up through the heart space, maybe your gaze looks up, finding a little opening in the shoulders, especially in the pectoralis muscles, kind of opening up the chest and the heart, the front of the body. Undoing all that desk slouching that we do all the time. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, put your hands to frame the left foot. Tuck the right toes, and this time let's step the right foot forward to meet the left. Ooh. Bend the hips. And forward fold, soft bend in the knees. Take a couple breaths here. You can grab opposite elbows, but let's go the awkward way this time. Swing side to side. Again, you might notice it feels good to bring the shoulders up the back, away from the ears. Get a little longer through the back of the neck. You can put an even deeper bend in your knees, which is kind of rest your belly on the tops of your thighs if that feels good. If you do this, see if you can lift the sit bones up even more. You'll find a little bit more space in the hamstrings and kind of in this area where the hamstrings, all these tendons connect to the glute muscles. Take a deep inhale together. Pause for a moment when you're full. And then stick out your tongue and lion's breath. Release your hands. Fingertips to shins. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, sit back into your chair. And then exhale, stand up. Inhale, arms up, mountain pose, palms to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands. Step your left foot back, stepping your right. Following in high plank. Elbow tucks under. Bring the shoulders just past the fingertips. And elbows bend back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, inhale the right leg up. Exhale, let's step it forward. This time, keep the left knee up. Come to tented fingertips. Bring in the right foot. Square the hips to the front of your mat. Long through the spine, long through the back of the neck. Reach yourself forward and see if you can hover your belly over your right thigh. Maybe you inhale, reach your arms forward, or you can stay on touch fingertips. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. Hug the right hip into the center. And then wherever you are, inhale, come all the way up to crescent pose. So reach your fingertips up to the sky, soft bend in the left knee. Again, point the tailbone back to the left heel. Your gaze looks up. Pinky finger, edge of the hand comes together. I'm out of practice this week, guys. I'm wobbly. Okay, we'll just be exactly where we are today. Reach the fingertips up. And then on your next exhale, let's open up to warrior 2. So take a moment to find your alignment. I like to go heel to heel. So right heel aligned with the left. Left toes are pointed in at 45 degrees. Right knee over right ankle, and then let those arms levitate. Gaze looks over the right middle finger. Let's see if you can tuck your tailbone. Get a little taller through the spine. Really root down into your feet. Pinky toe edge of the left foot. And let's return to the breath here. Let the belly expand as you inhale. And as you generate a little bit more heat in this pose, invitation to return to your mantra from our meditation if we got started. Drop the left hand. You can wrap it around the low back or bring it to the left thigh. And inhale, reach your right arm over. Reverse warrior, gaze up. You can exhale here. Take a couple breaths. And on your next exhale, let's huddle the hands down. Frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to the plank. And use chest chin or chaturanga, baby cobra or up dog on your inhale. And exhale, then you just up and back to the dog. Take a moment to pedal out the legs here. Try to feel into the water. We're being kind to ourselves today, so if at any time you need to take a child's pose, listen to your body, do what you need to do. This is your practice. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Make the left thumb. Keep that right leg straight. You can find just a soft bend in the knee so that you're not blocking out the knee joint. And then come up to tented fingertips. Square your hips to the front of your head. Hug the hips into the midline. Hug the belly button into the midline. See if you can hover your belly, your left leg, or even just energetically hover it. Get long through the spine. Try to stay here. See if you can play with finding enough strength in your legs that your fingertips kind of hover, so that you're not putting all your weight into your fingertips. Arms forward. Keep breathing. Hug the hips into the midline. Next, inhale, come up to crescent pose. Soft bend in the right knee. Point that tailbone back to the heel. Stitch the front ribs together, draw the belly in up. And then rotate the pinky edge of your hands together. And then you can drop the shoulders away from the ears. Can you find a little bit more softness here? And at the end of your next exhale, let's open up to warrior two. Drop the right heel. Again, find your heel to heel alignment. Lift the arms and pinch the pinky edge of your hands back just a little bit, like your karate chop in the wall behind you. Finding a little bit of an opening in the heart here. Gaze looks over the left middle finger. And notice if your shoulders are over your hips. And if it feels like your head is over your shoulders. Just bringing your awareness to your body in space helps strengthen the connection and have a really soothing effect on your mind. Kinds of anxiety, stress. And drop your right hand to your right thigh. Inhale, reach your left arm up overhead. Maybe your right arm reaches around your back. And find a nice opening through the left hip all the way through the ribs, really reaching those left fingertips up. We'll take a couple breaths here. Draw the left shoulder away from the ear. And tuck your chin into your throat as you gaze up. Deepen the bend in your left knee. And on your next exhale, pull your hands down. Step your left foot back to meet your right. And inhale, up dog, cobra. Shoulders glide away from your ears. Exhale, down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down, reach up, palms kiss the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Let your hands step your left foot back. And then your right. And chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, reach up. Press the pose. And exhale, eagle wrap, right arm under left. You can go backs of the hands together or palm to palm if you want to do the double wrap. And hug the hips into the midline. Soft bend in the left knee, setting up that low body alignment. Notice if your hips are even. Hug the right into the midline. And then drop your shoulders away from your ears. You can stay here if this is enough for your shoulders. If you want a little bit more, lift the elbows and press the hands away from your face. Couple breaths here. bottom of your next exhale, release. Reach your arms up. Lean forward, clasp your hands behind your back. And bring your right shoulder to your right knee for humble warrior. Get long through the spine. Inhale up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, welcome to warrior two. Now let's straighten the right leg. Hinge forward. And drop your right hand to your right shin. Reach your left arm up. Cinch this left hip forward just slightly. Soften your belly. Gaze can look up or down. But do find just a slight bend in the right knee so that you're not locking out, hyperextending your knee. And I need to look down. I have a lot of neck issues. If you have a block handy or two blocks, whatever you need to bring the floor a little closer, whatever you need today. See if you can find a little bit of length. Maybe you reach that right hip back, even just slowly, energetically. Inhale, bring back up. And exhale, reverse. Left hand to left thigh, or around the low back, right arm reaches up. Inhale here. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step the right foot back. And chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Pose. Soft bend in the right knee. And this time, as you exhale, eagle wrap your left arm under right. And again, you can go back to hands together or palm to palm. If this is too much for you, you can grab opposite shoulders and just give yourself a hug, lifting your elbows. Lift the elbows up, press the palms away. And at the bottom of your next exhale, we're going to gently unfurl the arms, reach the arms up. Exhale, clasp your hands at the low back, step forward, and bring the left shoulder to the left knee. Whoops, if you get wobbly, that's okay. Just come back into it. You get a little longer through the spine. Press through the right heel to the crown of your head. Tuck the chin into your throat. Inhale, arms up. So open up to warrior two. Gaze looks over the left middle finger. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, hinge forward as far as you can, and then drop the left hand to the chin. Right arm floats up. A little bit of a external rotation in the shoulder so that your elbow is kind of drawing back. The little crease points forward. And then see if you can stretch the left hip back, right hip forward, even just subtly. If you want a little bit more, you can go for left hand to the floor or fingertips to the floor. You can look down if that's better for your neck. I'm gonna try to mantra or practice, the beginning of practice. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale, reverse triangle, right hand to right side or around from the back. And again, soft bend in the left knee. Couple breaths here. And on your next exhale, cartwheel your hands down, step your left foot back. And chaturanga, knees to chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step out to the front and forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down to reach up. To the top. And exhale, hands towards center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. You can put your hands at your fingertips. But the feet about hip distance apart. Now let's just start to kind of squat back. So bring the knees over the ankles. Press your hips back. Go for kind of a half lift. Draw the shoulders down the back. Onto the spine. And then slowly bring the hips down to the floor. All the way. Extend the legs long in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. You can grab the flesh from your butt cheek and just kind of pull that out of the way. It's not an issue for everybody, but for some of us. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then lift up through the heart space. So really lifting up through the heart, keeping the chin tucked in. So bend come forward without losing that lift. Kind of roundness in the natural curvature in the low back. Let's see how far you can keep that as you hinge forward. Reaching for the outer edges of your feet, or you can go peace fingers around your big toes. And then once you can't keep that anymore, just go ahead and fold over. Drop your head. If the floor feels too far away for you, or if you just are in need of a little bit more kind of restorative or support today, it is cancer season after all. You can grab your block and rest your head, or maybe you have a book or something else nearby, and you can bring your forehead to something. It could even just be scratches. Exhale, roll down onto your back. And then put your hands to the floor by your sides. And find just a subtle kind of rolling of your shoulders under, kind of back behind your heart space. And then bring your feet near your fingertips so that your knees are bent. Maybe your fingertips graze the backs of your heels. Press the floor away from your hands and lift your hips. Roll the shoulders under your heart. Lift your hips, think about inner hips distance apart. I'm gonna say, please don't turn your head while we're doing this. Okay, clasp your hands behind your back. If you're not quite sure what we're doing, maybe just come out and take a moment to look. So clasp your hands under your body, roll the shoulders behind your heart space for you. So it's your feet, your shoulders, the back of your head, we're all touching the mat. And then don't let the knees fall out to the side or too much into the middle. Root down through the big toe mound, both feet. Lift up through the hip space, and then tuck your tailbone like we do in mountain pose. Keep the front ribs stitched together without creating tension. Soften the belly, see if you can soften the glutes. Soften your face. And breathe. And just come out of it, unclasp your hands, press them into the floor. Slowly start to lower your butt down to the floor. You can move the shoulders out of the way. Hug your knees into your chest. And rock side to side. And keep breathing. And then plant your feet. We're going to do 2 more bridge pose. You have the option to just do happy baby. If you're not feeling it today, you can do bridge with us. You can go into wheel pose if that's in your practice. But if you're doing bridge with us, then let's go ahead and bring feet back to your fingertips. Air hips distance apart. Feet are pointing in the same direction and not how they're pointing in. And then press the floor away from your hands and your feet as you lift your hips. And then gently roll the shoulders under your heart, clasp the hands to the floor under you. You can close your eyes. Find a release in the glutes and the belly. And then find a little bit more opening in the heart this time. See if you can keep those front ribs stitched together so you're not blasting your chest open, but instead tuck the tailbone, draw the pubic bone towards your belly button, and then lift up through the heart space. Probably. Keep breathing. If you find that you're gripping anywhere, especially in your face or your neck, you might be taking it too far. You might need to come out a little bit so that you can soften. And then when you're ready, you come back down, hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Maybe make little circles on the ceiling. And we're going to do it one more time. Again, option to do happy baby or hang out here. I'm going to set up for wheel pose, so I'll talk you guys through it. But if you're doing bridge, then I'll let you go to it. So for wheel pose, you're going to bring your feet pointing in the same direction. Knees are bent. Take your hands and bring them by your ears so that your fingertips are pointing to your shoulders, elbows tuck in. So hold the elbows tight. Imagine there's a strap between your biceps. And then you're gonna press into your feet and your hands to lift yourself up. And you want your hands under your shoulders. Your feet are pointing straight forward. And then again, stay behind the cues for almost every pose. Tuck the tailbone, draw the pubic bone to the belly button. Lift up through the heart, stitch the front ribs together. Keep the knees hugging into the midline. And let your gaze look down. Keep breathing. When you're ready to come out, start to bend the elbows and bring the back of the head to the floor. Very slowly lowering yourself down. Once you're all the way down, be very gentle with yourself. Hug your knees into your chest. It's important to do a good counter pose, especially for a back bend. You can place your hands on the fronts of your shins and make circles in the ceiling with your knees. And as we start to cool down, invitation to close your eyes at any point in our cooling if it feels good for you. Switch directions with your knee circles. And then we'll take happy baby. So bend your knees to your armpits and grab the outer edges of your feet with your hands. And then just let the weight of your arms kind of pull your feet down. Knees to your armpits. You can stay just like this, or maybe it feels good to rock side to side. You might even try pressing the back of your sacrum, back of your pelvis down to the floor and rock side to side like that. Straighten one leg and then the other, whatever feels good for you here. And breathe. Now let's release the feet of your knees into your chest. You can grab the fronts of your shins again if you'd like, or the backs of your knees. And I like to do a little rock up and down the mat, just to massage the spine. Just being gentle with yourself. Rocking up and down. Keep breathing. You can close your eyes. Just do that a few times. Go kind of slow. Let the feet hover over your head. You want to get into the shoulders a little bit more. And then coming back to our backs. Hug the left knee in. Straighten the right leg. And then drop the left knee over to the right. Keeping your shoulders to the floor. Left arm extends out, your gaze looks over to the left. And invitation to close your eyes. If this twist is too much for you, you can bring a block under your support, or you can come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. So maybe it feels a little easier to go both knees over to the right. This is your practice. So do what feels good for you. Inhale, come back to center. Center your hips and shoulders again. Smoothly scooch off to one side. And then hug the right knee into your chest. Left leg extends long. And then draw the knee across the body over to the left. Keeping your shoulders to the floor. Gaze looks over to the right. And let's just take a deep breath here together. Exhale, sigh back. Let your eyes drift closed. Soften your face. Notice any tension that you might still have. And send your awareness there in the loving way. Offer up a little invitation to soften, release, let go. And then inhale, come back to center. Hug the left knee in to meet the right. Roll up into a little ball. Maybe your nose even lifts up to meet your knees. You can hit every muscle in your body. Squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Shoulders, everything, your legs, your knees, your feet. Keep inhaling here. Exhale, release. Soften, let go. Extend the legs long. Arms fall by your sides, palms facing up. Setting up for Shavasana. If you need to grab a blanket or a pillow or some socks, do so now. And if there's anything else that you can do to get just 10% more comfortable, I invite you to do that. Let your feet spread wide, take up a little bit of space here. And allow the weight of your legs to let your feet fall out to the sides. Palms face up, extend your arms by your sides. Again, shoulders come away from your ears. Let the back of your head get heavy into the mat. Release your jaw. Find a little space between your top and bottom teeth. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften through the front of your throat. And relax the delicate muscles around your eyes. And start to bring a little life back into your fingers and toes. You can give them a little wiggle. And inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. And on your exhale, roll over onto one side. Pause here for a moment before you gently press yourself back to a seat. Invitation to keep your eyes closed here. Rest here for a moment before you invite the world back into your day. Thank you for taking time to practice with me today, for showing up for yourself and being so present for a full hour. I hope this practice serves you well. You can bring your hands to prayer, your forehead or your heart. Drop your chin to your hands. Let's take a deep breath in together. And exhale, sigh it out. Gently blink your eyes back open. Start to invite the world back in. And just take a moment to notice any subtle or extreme shifts that you feel in your body after your practice. And I hope you're all feeling great. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.